Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long. I'm so happy that you are here with me today. I'm here with my co-host and co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
We're coming to you from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios, and we are really happy that you're here. We have a fun and kind of wild and a little bit weird show lined up for you. It's about the bizarre and wild and strange world festivals that need to be on your radar so that you can check them out. And we have festivals gathered from all over the world that I think would be fun to get you out of, well, to get most people out of their comfort zones to go and kind of explore. Because when you go places, like going places is one thing, but once you get to those places, you got to have something to do.
Right.
And festivals are a great way to kind of get into the local scene and the local culture and really see what, people always talk about, I want to be locally immersed into places. Well, what better way to get immersed than these festivals that happen all over the world? Now, you and I have been many places. We have come upon and stumbled upon lots of festivals just accidentally.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
We've been to flower festivals in Hiroshima.
Which was a really great festival.
Which was wonderful.
And I have to say, I never expected to see an Olympic team long jumping in a street before, but that's exactly what happens at the flower festival in Hiroshima. Yeah,
there were pole vaulting, there were long jumping. It was a flower festival, and like the big attraction was pole vaulting,
right,
and long jumping, and people were just like,
we were lined up on the street watching these people.
They were superstars. Like people were getting their autographs, and from what I could tell, they were like high school. They were like a high school team.
No, they were like the national team.
Were they?
Yeah, it was the national team.
They were young kids. Well, they were children.
We're just at that age where everybody looks like young kids and children.
We've also stumbled upon one of our, I don't know if you remember this, and I don't know how you couldn't be burned into our brains, but we've come across festivals such as the Naked Mile in New Orleans.
How could I forget?
I can set the scene. We're at the famed Café du Monde, and you had just almost died.
So, fair warning, when you eat beignets, don't inhale.
Which,
powdered sugar and inhaling.
Without context. Let me tell you about it.
Powdered sugar going down your esophagus, and then you choke. And then everybody in the cafe looks at you and they're mocking you because, that dumb lady over there trying to eat and inhale at the same time, and now she's disturbing everyone else.
And you had barely barely caught your breath. And we had just settled back down into our little table against the glass window when I did a double take. Outside, I was like, I'm sure I didn't see what I just saw, which was a naked man on a bicycle. Now, look, if you've ever been to New Orleans, that's probably one naked person on a bicycle. Probably won't be the strangest thing you see throughout your visit. When it's followed up by numerous people without apparel, that is cause for a different. Either it's alarm or it's a festival. And lucky for us, it was a festival.
I just remember my back was to the window. I'm facing you. And you go from concern for me choking to just astonishment, bafflement. All these different things were on your face to the point that I start to turn around and you stopped me. I don't know if you remember, but you stopped me from turning around. You're like, I need to prepare you for what you're about to see.
Let me just prepare you for what you're about to behold here. And beholden we were. We saw a lot of strangers naked that day. So there are all kinds of different weird, what I guess weird would be a catch-all word, but very strange, out there, kind of wild festival. Unusual.
We'll say unusual.
That's probably more PC, because one would look at maybe Carnival in Rio. And if you're not used to that, if you don't know what you're stumbling into, now how could anyone just stumble into Carnival? It happens.
I'm sure it happens.
Okay. So if you get into that situation and see just the flamboyance and the wild nature of it, the celebration, you would maybe be a little off-put
Right.
by these things. So there are all kinds of festivals that we're going to get into, including ones where you throw food at one another, other ones where you celebrate the more macabre or dark, or
I think those might be your favorite.
they are the strange and the spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah, those probably are my favorite festivals. There are other ones more involving naked people, others involving animals.
Is it naked people and animals?
No. This is not that kind of show. This is not Alabama. We are not talking about. Look, send all your hate mail for that last comment. Send all your hate mail somewhere else. Send it to Nomadic Matt at hotmail.com. I'm sure that's what his email is. But yes, it's kind of that celebration of it. Now, the psychology of these more strange celebrations, it's not like it's anything new. Mm-hmm. These have roots going all the way back to Roman times and even before that, Greek times, but more of like, for instance, Rome had a famous one about celebrating Saturn, the god of Saturn. Okay.
I didn't realize there was a god of Saturn, so I'm learning something right now.
Oh my God. More of a festival of role reversal. So like slaves would almost switch place with masters in this kind of controlled chaos. So they would dine with their masters. In some instances, the masters of slaves would, cater to them, serve them dinner, serve them, and it was all around this, this kind of way to bond and let loose and kind of, it's just a revelry of sort of, switching positions with someone.
Breaking social norms.
Breaking social norms is probably the best way to put it. And more festivals, if you look back in the traditions of old and how a lot of these things came to be, like it had to start somewhere, right? I mean, Dia de los Muertos had to start somewhere. The Day of the Dead had to begin and somewhere. So, you can do your history of these different traditions and find that some of them are rooted in just like an actual thing that happened, such as like the for, I guess, Americans, it's more of like the tomato festival, the La Tomatina, which started as a local food fight. And it was a very real, as according to traditions, it was a very real like food fight position that people took. And then like it kind of grew into this festival where people throw tomatoes at each other.
Have you ever been involved in a food fight?
An actual food fight?
Yeah.
No.
I haven't either.
I thought as a child growing up in America with as many as our teen or child centric shows as there were, I thought I would be involved with way more food fights.
Me too.
Than I actually ever was.
I've never seen a food fight ever.
No.
I never heard of one actually happening.
I thought they would just spontaneously happen in cafeterias.
Who goes to the theater and just has rotten tomatoes in their pocket to throw in case they're bad? Like, these are things I kind of thought I would see, and I never did. But now as an adult, I'm like, who does that?
Who does that? Well, maybe
but apparently people do.
Maybe people did do that, and we just missed out on it. I don't know. Otherwise, looking at it, I feel deprived in such a way that I thought I was going to be chunking rotten fruit and tomatoes and things like that at other people who I just didn't like, and I could boo on the streets more than I am now.
Well, I guess we need to go to one of these food fight festivals.
I guess so. I guess that's what this is all about. Get your tomatoes ready. Double entendre. There's the Unscaled Travel Show. We're going to take you around the world. Some weird festivals. Are you ready? I'm sure you are. Stay right here.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long here with my co-host and co-explorer, Amy.
Hi.
We're coming to you from beautiful Sin City, Las Vegas in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. Remember, for all of our past episodes and interviews, check us out, unscaledtravelshow.com. And we want to say thank you to all of our new subscribers on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. You guys are really sharing it, blowing it up. We appreciate it, man. We are talking about some weird and wonderful festivals from all around the world, and we kind of left off talking about some food fights. And my lack of food fights growing up just really disappoints. But there are food fights all around the world that you can get involved in right now. I mean, they are happening all around the world.
Can you imagine you're traveling, you have no idea, and you just walk down the street and all of a sudden you get hit in the side of the head with a tomato? And you're just like, what just happened?
It's not the worst thing you can get hit in the head with, though, as we're going to find out.
True.
But, like, I mean, imagine that. You have to be up to date.
Right.
On where you're going, what's
Do your
happening.
research.
Because, like we said at the beginning of the show, we have stumbled upon festivals.
Yeah.
And it's easy. Like, we went to Austria and just stumbled upon a Christmas festival. Now, at the Christmas festival, they weren't hurling Christmas trees or anything at us. But, like, you can just walk into a neighborhood and be a part of a festival. In fact, we grew up in an area where we had a pretty... it was a week long. Mm-hmm. Everyone in that area turned out for it. Yeah. Where a smaller town, I mean, not the smallest of towns, but I mean, our town had maybe 10,000 plus.
It was about 15,000.
There you go. But it would swell during this week to over 100,000 people would attend this festival throughout the week.
Anybody who had moved away came home.
People
for this week.
They would time their visits back home to coincide with this festival.
Right.
And it was called the Heritage Festival. And it had nothing to do with heritage. If it did, I didn't know anything about it.
Only in that it was set up in front of the Heritage Museum for our town, but it actually had nothing to do with our heritage. It was just a parade and food vendors and rides. And on the weekend, they would set up like craft booths and they would have concerts and stuff.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
You went because it was fun and everybody was going to be there. And they had some of the best food.
Yeah, absolutely. And most of our festivals as human beings revolves around food.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we mentioned La Tomatina in Spain. Now, this is one that's blown up over the last few decades, and it's a lot of good fun. So this is the one where they throw tomatoes at each other. Okay. You've probably heard of this one. This tradition started back in the 1940s. Right?
Really?
It was during a parade where a real argument broke out and locals started throwing tomatoes from a vegetable stand at each other.
So they didn't just have them in their pocket.
No.
This is where this came from.
This is not, It's not the medieval times where suddenly you're laughing at William Wallace and the Stockards and you're throwing, where'd they get entire heads of lettuce? I don't know. But this fight actually, or according to tradition, tradition, I can't speak. They actually started throwing vegetables at each other, and it's kind of stuck. Why? Why tomatoes? Plentiful, cheap, soft enough as far as not doing actual damage.
That's true. Because if you threw an apple at somebody's head, that might hurt.
Bro, you throw a Granny Smith at someone's head, you might be looking at murder charges. Okay. But it was banned for a short time, reinstated a few years later because people demanded it.
Really?
Like, it's a part of our tradition now. We're throwing tomatoes in a good humor sense to celebrate.
So, like, is this just like a handful of people get together and throw tomatoes at each other?
It was back then. It was just the town. Now, thousands of people descend upon Spain for this festival to take part. Over 100 tons of tomatoes are trucked in. They have a time period. So like you said, you know, you're not going to be like, oh, it's Saturday and you just get pelted with a tomato. They do have a time period where you are chunking tomatoes at each other. But it is one of those things that people, they absolutely put it on their calendars to travel to the certain area of Spain and say, we're going to be a part of this and we're going to make it happen.
I'm just thinking about not the first year that it happened when the fight broke out and people started throwing tomatoes, but the next year. What wise person was like, hey, remember last year when we threw tomatoes at each other during a parade? We should do that again.
Well, let me tell you about the Battle of the Oranges in Italy. If you like tomatoes, let me tell you about getting smacked in the face by an orange. Okay. This goes back to a 12th century rebellion against a local tyrant where they started throwing oranges. Okay. The oranges actually symbolize weapons used in this little uprising, but it's caught hold, and over 500,000 kilograms of oranges are thrown by participants divided into teams, all wearing medieval costumes. And it is an intense food fight. It's a
cosplay food fight.
It is a cosplay food fight. This one happens in Italy.
Oh, that's
Ivrea,
funny.
Ivrea, Italy.
Oh, that's
you
funny.
can go there and chunk oranges. Now, oranges are a lot harder.
Yeah.
Than tomatoes.
But that's why they're in medieval costumes. I'm assuming some people are in knight armor.
That's why you have armor. Okay. So, because an orange. You ever taken an orange upside the head? No. You want to? You ever just get that urge? You ever been grocery shopping and look at oranges and go, yeah.
I'm going to start chunking them like snowballs.
We got those genetically modified oranges here in the States too, like those huge ones. Yeah, you could kill.
Not the little cutie ones that come like 20 in a bag.
No. You could kill a dog with these. Like, you don't want to do that. Also in Spain, going back to Spain, because they love to throw food at each other in Spain, there's a grape throwing festival. It's held in La Rioja, Spain. But it's during the wine festival season. Workers started tossing grapes in celebration. It became an event. Now the festival is linked to the traditional grape harvest, the joy of a season. So it's more of a celebration. You're not like getting some anger off your chest throwing grapes. But a grape can do some damage at high velocity. If you put one in a slingshot or something like that, aim it at your grandmama, see if she recovers.
Don't hit her in the eye, please. I know someone. Okay, in high school, a guy got hit in the eye with a potato. I'm not even joking, and he lost his eye.
So that's a potato.
A potato.
I was talking about oranges.
I don't know why people throw produce, but it happens.
Why are you throwing a potato? Look, if you throw a potato at someone.
I wasn't there when it happened. It was just something that everybody heard about. And then he came back to school a few weeks later and he had lost his eye.
I'm talking grapes. You're talking potatoes. That's the difference between a misdemeanor and a felony. That is... I feel like there's a story there.
I'm sure there is. I don't know it.
We don't have time to get into all that. We're going to continue on with some wild food festivals. It's the Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long, here with my co-host, Amy.
Hello.
For all of our past episodes and interviews. Check us out on unscaledtravelshow.com.
I'm sorry. I just started thinking about walking down a street and getting hit in the face with a tomato.
Tomato.
Because, we stumble across these things. Like, we were in San Francisco and you found yourself in the middle of a naked exhibition on a beach. Like, I don't know how this happens to us, but if somebody's going to randomly get hit in the face with a tomato, it's probably going to be one of us.
I was thinking that poor guy getting hit with a potato, much less a tomato. Jeez. We were talking about weird, wild, and fun festivals around the world where apparently you can lose an eye. I don't know if that's fun.
Wear protective eyewear.
Always wear some goggles. Have goggles on you when you travel. We were talking about food festivals. Excuse me. So there is turning our attention to the UK. The UK, God love them. Okay. UK people love to brag about their food when it's usually like, brown meat with brown gravy in different forms. And they
have a lot of baking.
They do. Their baking is phenomenal.
Right.
I think French and British, they have wonderful baking. Their other foods, I don't know. But they do have a World Custard Pie Championship in the UK. It began like any good festival, like in the 50s and 60s in Kent, England. It was more inspired, they say, by slapstick comedy, where teams compete to throw pies at each other and they score points for accuracy and creativity.
So we're thinking like Three Stooges throwing.
There you go.
Cool Whip pies at people's faces.
Cool Whip. Yeah, I know you were about to say that.
Cool Whip pies.
Yes, absolutely. And I don't know where the creativity comes from, but apparently you get points, style points, I guess they would call it.
How do you throw a pie stylishly?
How does one lose an eye with a potato?
I don't know. Okay. Moving on.
There's a Tuna-rama festival in Australia. It's not quite a food fight, so I will give you this. But in Port Lincoln, South Australia, they have the tuna toss, where people hurl giant frozen tunas as far as they can. It started, again, in the 60s. A lot of drugs happening then to celebrate the local fishing industry. But the tuna toss, you can just toss your tuna.
So nobody's catching it? They're just throwing it?
I don't know.
I
don't know if you get points for catching the tuna.
Are they seeing who throws it the farthest? Who throws it the highest? Who flips it the most? Like, I have questions. I want somebody to write in and answer them, please. Please send me a video of Tuna-rama because I want to know what happened.
What the hell is happening in Australia with these tunas? But look, not to be outdone, we have in the U.S. the great fruitcake toss. Now, if you don't know what a fruitcake is, how do you explain a fruitcake? It's because it's terrible. Like, people give fruitcakes, and no one likes to receive a fruitcake.
It's a cross between a bread and a cake.
Okay. And
it has a lot of dried, like, fruit pieces in it, but it also has, like, candied fruits and things in it. And usually they are, like, soaked in rum or something, so they're also alcoholic and giving off an aroma.
Oh.
But I've never actually tried fruitcake before.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no.
Well, people always talk about it, and they say it's awful. They love to give them. Nobody likes to get them. Like, if someone gives me a fruitcake now, I figure we're not friends. I figure that's a warning.
Does that mean we're going to join the fruitcake toss?
The fruitcake toss is held in Colorado. It's a wonderful event that lets participants launch unwanted holiday fruitcakes using slingshots, catapults, even cannons. So it's not you're not firing cannons of fruitcake at people, but I think it is a distance thing.
It's more of a competition.
It's more of a competition. Who can slingshot this piece of crap further than anyone else? No one wants a fruitcake, but yet they're everywhere around the holiday season here in the U.S.
So imagine the cleanup after some of these.
I can't imagine. The tomato festival in Spain takes days.
Days?
Imagine getting tomato out of everything that you have.
Are they power washing all the buildings in the streets and stuff?
I would imagine so. Ugh. I would imagine so. So Australia had the Tuna-rama. Okay. I don't know what the heck is happening in Tunaville in Australia, but they also have a melon festival where every 2 years, the town of Chinchilla, aka the melon capital of Australia, if you wanted to know that for some reason, If your friend was ever asking you, man, what is the melon capital of Australia? Now you know, it's Chinchilla.
For your next Jeopardy session.
Yes. They host a festival featuring melon skiing, melon bungee, and melon fights, where people smash watermelons over each other. You talk about a potato taking an eye? You know what a watermelon can do to you?
It has to be pre-cracked or something. Because, couldn't you,
Have you been to Australia? These people don't pre-crack nothing. They will mess you up.
I want to go to Australia, but I'm a little bit concerned. They have the giant spiders, giant spiders. Yeah. And now you're telling me they just hit people over the head with watermelons?
That you'll be looking at a wallaby and all of a sudden a watermelon.
And the pictures you showed me of how big kangaroos actually are. My only frame of reference for kangaroos was from Winnie the Pooh, and she's small and sweet. And then you send me pictures of real kangaroos, and these things are bigger than you are.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
They could beat me up. I'm not saying that's a challenge, but they could beat me up. Those kangaroos. And in China, not to be outdone, they have the Harbin International Ice and Snow Festival. It's not a food fight per se, but it does involve playful snow fights on a truly, truly massive scale. You're talking about thousands upon thousands of people doing a snowball fight in China.
Wow.
Which sounds like a lot of fun.
Until you're in the middle of it.
It's an Unscaled Travel Show.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long here with my co-host, Amy.
Hi.
We're coming to you from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. I'm sorry, I was just thinking about people fighting kangaroos for some reason. This has crept into my mind. We are talking about
there's a competition for that too.
Weird and wild festivals from around the world. Since we started talking about kangaroos, I was like, there's got to be like a kangaroo fighting festival, right? Look that up.
Okay.
We were talking about food fight festivals, but now we're going to kind of switch gears to just the wild and wacky, because normal races aren't enough. You can't just, have a normal competition. So a lot of areas around the world have come up with, interesting takes on physical achievements. The first one I want to talk about is the World Bog Snorkeling Championships that are held in Wales every year.
World Bog Snorkeling.
Now, some people outside of the UK may wonder, what is a bog? Well, in the US, we call them swamps. But in the UK, in Wales, it's called a bog. So kind of the same thing. Okay. Murky, dirty water. And for some reason, you're going to put on a snorkel, flippers, snorkels, the whole nine. And you're going to race through these muddy trenches filled with water. Now, this started, of course, in the 70s. It started allegedly, according to legend, as a bet in a pub, of course, over alcohol between some people.
Okay.
And this is...
I was about to ask why, but you just say a bet in a pub. With that alcohol. Answers all my questions.
With adult beverages kind of clears all that up.
But people watch this now?
It's a mix between athleticism and absurdity. It attracts thousands of spectators now. People line up to watch and see who can get through gross water the quickest with, snorkels and fins.
Okay. All right. Well, to answer your question, yes, there is kangaroo boxing.
I knew there was kangaroo boxing.
It's a popular attraction at carnivals, theaters, and exhibitions around the world. So not just in Australia.
Did you know that one of our past presidents competed in kangaroo boxing?
Teddy Roosevelt.
There you go.
Okay.
Absolutely. Which other president would do it?
I don't know.
Teddy Roosevelt
I don't know.
would fight kangaroos allegedly in the Oval Office.
Really? Okay.
He held regular boxing events in the Oval Office, or not in the Oval, in the White House, until he was at least partially blinded by another officer, a younger officer, who smacked him upside the head and took out some of his eyesight. And then he was like, no more of this. We got to get back to business here, fighting kangaroos. Okay. He was a weird guy, Teddy Roosevelt.
I love your little interesting history facts. Thank you for that.
You do right now. You do right now. When I bring it up later, you're going to roll your eyes. But also in England, the famous Cooper's Hill cheese rolling competition.
Cheese rolling.
They roll a wheel of cheese downhill, and people run downhill to be the first one to capture this wheel of cheese. And it is as violent and awesome as it sounds. You can actually catch video of this on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you get your video sources, for people getting hurt, in a very extreme way.
Why are they trying to catch cheese?
This competition dates back to the 1800s in England. Some say it began as a way to claim grazing rights. No one knows for sure. What does any good festival come from? No one knows for sure. It's
a heritage festival.
A 9-pound wheel of cheese is rolled down a very, very steep hill. People race after it with all that they have and tumble dangerously. It's more about nowadays with video. It's more about just seeing people just head over hills. Boots to God.
I'm just picturing the scene from The Princess Bride where they're rolling down the hill and he's yelling, "As you wish."
As you wish. Yeah.
Yes, that's what
Absolutely.
I'm picturing.
That's this, but with more broken bones.
And cheese.
And cheese. Okay. And cheese is involved.
All right.
Despite the injuries, thousands and thousands, literally thousands of people attend this event. Winners get to keep the cheese if they do catch it. Otherwise, they're picking up their teeth off the ground. It's so popular, honestly, the Cooper's Hill cheese rolling, that it used to be sponsored. Like the town used to put on this event. A lot of people, I don't know if you notice, a lot of people are litigious these days. So to distance themselves from any kind of litigation, the town, it's now an unsponsored event. Like, if you just want to go out to the hill and run down after some cheese, that's on you. We're not sponsoring it, but literally thousands of people still show up for this event.
Wow. The UK has some fun stuff going on over there.
Bro, they got some awful food and some fun traditions. But if I was eating that stuff, yeah, I'd want to throw myself down a hill too.
What about the other one you were telling me about?
So there is a wife carrying championship in Finland. Now, you've probably seen this on ESPN. I know for a fact they carried it on the Ocho for a while. But this was inspired in 18th century from an 18th century legend. Men proving their strength, I don't know why, by carrying their women through obstacles.
Well, you know what? I think my sister and her husband did one of those mud runs, and he had to carry her through it.
This is not the same thing. This is having your wife on your back.
Yeah.
And not in a Yoda style way. They're teaching you something. She's upside down.
Oh, okay.
Towards some parts of you.
South to north?
Yeah, the north to south, south to north.
Okay.
You're running through mud. You're jumping over obstacles. But the winner gets their wife's weight in beer.
Oh, okay. So you want a hefty lady?
You want a full figured gal.
But do you have to drink that in one day?
No. Oh my God. No, carrying that woman, then drinking her weight?
I don't know. You didn't give me much information.
This should be the widow's competition. Bunch of dead men everywhere carrying women and drinking beer. There's also the UK, God bless them, they have a toe wrestling championship.
Ew.
Also created in the 70s when Brits wanted to sport, they could dominate because they were losing at everything else.
That's awful.
You lock toes with your competitor and try to pin their foot.
How? I want to see these toes.
We're locking toes
when
later.
Toes are like fingers.
You could pick up one of those oranges and toss it at somebody's heads. It's Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long here with my co-explorer, Amy.
Hi.
Coming to you from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. We are having a great time talking about some weird, wild, strange, and fun festivals that you can find all around the world, and they need to be on your list when you go travel this year because, you know, there's only so many museums you can go to. There's only so many of those. These are the festivals that you need to go to. I don't know if a lot of these festivals are Instagram worthy, but they are for TikTok. That's
Right.
a totally different audience.
Right. Absolutely.
And you would probably rack up huge views for like the toe wrestling,
Ew.
the toe wrestling
I
championship
can't.
in the UK. That would be wonderful.
Not if you don't like feet.
And there's other people
You
that
don't like
do like
feet.
I don't like feet, but there are people that would pay a premium to see your videos of
Of toe
locking
wrestling.
toes.
Ugh.
Locking toes.
Nope. Keep your toes covered.
I tell you, a lot of arguments would be solved between husband and wife, between spouses. If the end game was like, okay, if you feel this passionately about it, take off your shoes and socks and intertwine your toes with your partner.
No.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
Okay.
We will peacefully resolve this prior to that.
That's a good segue into the strange and spooky festivals. Now, this is more my speed of these kind of things. I don't know what to call them anymore. Some of them are festivals, I'm sure. Spain, God bless you. I am almost tired of mentioning Spain. There is something going on. There's something in the water there. But El Colocho, Spain, okay? Men dress as devils, and they leap over babies, newborns, to cleanse them of sin.
Wait, I'm sorry. They leap over newborn, like just a baby laying on the ground, and they jump over them?
Yeah. Apparently, they just lay some babies on not even their babies, other babies, just on the ground. The origin of this goes back to the 1600s, of course it does. But where you would just, to purify your baby, you would lay it on the ground and have strange men dress up as the devil and leap over them to, I guess, absorb the devil out of them. I don't know.
I don't know. In my mind, I'm picturing like Evel Knievel, and there's just this line of babies. There's a line of babies, and some dude's just running and jumping, and he makes it, and they're like, add another baby. And they just keep adding babies until he doesn't make it. I'm sure that's wrong.
The crowd is chanting, "One more baby, one more baby."
That's how I'm picturing it. I'm sure it's wrong, but that's what's in my head right now.
And you said until he doesn't make it. Oh, that poor baby at the end. What another baby. One more baby. One more baby.
Well, there's a lot of these weird, weird festivals, celebrations, parade things that have to do with kids. Because we talked about one before. Yes. But we talked about one before, and I don't know how to say it with the Austrian or German accent, but for Krampus, Krampus night, where people dress up as Krampus and they scare children.
Yeah.
And it's like, they did it, to scare them into behaving? Why? Why did we have people dress up as devils and demons to scare children, or in Spain's case, to cleanse the children?
There's also Oga Namahagi in Japan, where men dress as demon-like creatures. They go door to door, scaring children into behaving. Why do so many things involve giving PTSD to children? My thought in this is that they can't do anything. They're small and they're very weak. Have you ever fought a child? They're not that strong. You could overpower a child easily.
Are these the same people that don't believe in spanking their children? It's like, you're going to get a timeout, but just know the devil's going to come find you later and scare you into behaving.
Well, Krampus, right? He's going to throw you in a sack and then beat you.
And he hangs you from a tree.
Yeah, like beat you with switches.
Oh, gosh.
Add another baby. Just add another baby.
Okay.
In China and Southeast Asia, there's basically what they call the Hungry Ghost Festival, where people make offerings to appease wandering spirits.
Wait. What do you mean make offerings?
Well, food offerings.
They just
not babies. They don't offer babies.
But like they just walk around with food, or they set it outside. Like I don't.
I'm not exactly sure.
I have questions.
It's said that restless souls roam the earth, if not given respect. Kind of, I would guess, kind of like Day of the Dead.
Okay.
Sort of like that. You know, they leave out food for their spirits and things. So it's not as strange. I mean, you look at the U.S. and we leave flowers.
Yeah.
For our dead. You know.
Okay, I just need to process it because all I'm thinking is you say make offerings. They're just walking around carrying food. Like, here you go, random ghost.
There's a Day of the Skulls in Bolivia. People decorate real human skulls, parade them through the streets. The skulls are believed to protect their families from harm.
Really?
So if you look at
where do you get a real human skull?
You know where. That baby that was on the end of that line.
That's awful.
It's been a
People
fun
are
show.
going to stop listening to us.
It's been a fun show, folks.
Thanks for all those new subscribers we just lost.
Thanks for all those subscribers we just lost. Add another baby. In Malaysia, India, parts of Sri Lanka, they have Thaipusam. I'm sorry, I totally messed that up. But the devotees of this festival and heritage undergo extreme body piercings and carry heavy structures from those body piercings as acts of devotion.
Heavy structures.
Yeah.
Like it.
It symbolizes penance and faith.
Well, I was about to say it reminds me very much of like Jesus and the cross.
Sure.
So I don't get the body piercing part, but again, it goes nails in the hand. It's feeling very religious to me. Very Easter.
Absolutely. All kinds of penance. Penance for them babies. In Ghana.
At least nobody's throwing watermelons at babies.
What? I'm sure if you Google that, there's a festival. But we love to do things to our newborn children, and I don't.
You did not mean that the way it sounded.
I'm trying not to look at it from a lens of 2025 because a lot of these festivals and everything have roots, dating back hundreds of years.
Yeah.
But it's impossible not to sometimes. Whereas, I mean, even Halloween, trick or treat.
Yeah.
And we love scaring children into like submission.
Yeah, it's weird. Why? People didn't want to discipline their children, so they came up with all these crazy boogeymen to scare them.
I think they were weak and helpless. What are they going to do? Like, you don't have any say into this. You're so bad throughout the year that we're just going to come up with an entire festival so that we can scare you. But if you don't get scared, then we're going to reward you with things you don't want to eat, like fruitcake. There are all kinds of. Or you
could just spank your children.
Oh, don't!
I know we're not supposed to do that anymore in 2025.
No, you don't do that.
No, we just scare them and we jump on top of them. Oh, I mean, over them. Sorry, not on top.
That is I don't know.
That's a different festival.
Getting a little extreme there with our festivities. It's the Unscaled Travel Show. Weird, wild, strange festivals from around the world. Keep it right there.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long here with my co-host and co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
Coming to you from beautiful Sin City, Las Vegas, in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. Talking all about the strange and wonderful, sometimes quirky festivals that are out there that you need to, I need to go visit. Go visit some of these. Go chase the cheese down the hill. Go toe wrestle. Go jump over some babies. That is what we are talking about. I keep thinking about the grape festival. Getting smacked in the face by a grape. I don't know if there's anything more insulting than that.
I don't know. When you say the grape festival, it just reminds me of that I Love Lucy episode where her and Ethel are
stomping the grapes.
Stomping the grapes.
Yeah. We used to have, it's not a grape, but it's pretty close. We used to have a fig tree in Port Arthur. And these things, you know, when they're ripe, they're pretty soft. But when they're not ripe, they're really hard. And my brother used to love to take them off the tree and throw them at me. And one time we did a very quick war between younger kids and older kids. My brother was a few years older than us. And I was on top of a building, a small building in our backyard, a little shed. And he hit me between the eyes with a fig.
Like you were Goliath?
Like I was Goliath, like a child-sized Goliath. And he was a grown man throwing a fig at my face. And I about knocked me out. Rolled off the building in a dramatic, like a John Woo movie.
Did doves fly out?
Yeah. I woke up to him standing over me saying, "Don't tell Mom." Not are you okay? Not are you going to live? Don't tell Mom. So we're talking about festivals. That had nothing to do with any kind of festivals. But there are some weird, quirky ones that we still have left to talk about. And even some survival tips for some of these weird and wild festivals. There's one, Hadaka Matsuri in Japan. So this is where men wear only loincloths and wrestle with each other for a sacred object.
So like sumo?
You would think. But they're not sumo-sized guys. These can be guys of any stature. They wrestle around for a sacred object, and the sacred objects can be different things. Pebbles or figures of some sort, but they are believed to bring good luck for the year.
To the winner or to everyone?
To the winner.
Oh.
So the festival dates back centuries. It really goes back a long time into the Shinto beliefs about purification, renewal, and just like having these objects for good luck throughout the year. So, you know, challenge your buddy, find a loincloth.
It sounds less like, I would say, a festival and more like a local tradition that has just gained popularity because in this day and age,
why not?
It's a bit odd to see men in loincloths, right?
Well, I mean, you think about things like Mardi Gras that have really exploded over decades now in the U.S. that now it's like a thing that especially I think in the southern United States and even other parts of like the northern and everything where it wasn't traditional, but even small communities now have like Mardi Gras celebrations and everything where you kind of lose sight of what the tradition was about and like the purifications and the different things and the religion that was involved in it. Now it's just like a
party.
It's just a party. It's a festival. It's a reason to get together and kind of build the communal spirit.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's where I think a lot of festivals, no matter how ridiculous they might sound, is more about people gathering and fellowshipping and just kind of building this community.
I like that.
Around different things.
I like that.
Which is always, I think, fun. Spelling of building community. In Thailand, there is the very famous monkey buffet. Have you ever wanted to build a commune with a bunch of monkeys?
No, but when you say
can.
monkey buffet, the first thing I think is people eating monkeys.
Oh my God.
Because
Why would they be?
I don't know. I don't know. But you say monkey buffet, and I'm just picturing this long table with monkeys on it.
Why do you jump to that?
I don't know. Because when you think of a buffet, what do you think of? A lot of food, right?
I guess it's lost in the name there. Yeah, but the monkey buffet. No, you're not eating monkeys.
Okay.
It is a feast, though. It's a feast laid out for thousands of monkeys. So people come together and they lay out this feast for the local monkeys. I guess there's a lot of local monkeys. And then to honor the monkeys, which are sacred, and they bring good fortune to the region.
I didn't realize monkeys
so they
were sacred.
create a feast for the monkeys, not of the monkeys.
Okay.
You said it with the babies. Well, I don't
know.
Add a baby to it. Add a monkey to it. Put another monkey on there. Another monkey on the table.
Well, when I was in Miami a couple of weeks ago, my Uber driver was telling me about
a monkey
weird,
buffet?
kind of like weird traditions. And I don't know where exactly he was from, but he asked me if I had heard of this table that has a hole in it. And basically they put a monkey in it. And it has the monkey's head above the table, and then they hit the monkey's head like with little hammers.
Are you serious?
Yes, until it cracks the skull, and then they eat the monkey brains.
Oh my God. Are you sure this is a thing?
This is what my Uber driver was telling me. Now, who knows if he was being serious or he was just pulling my leg as I was leaving.
Maybe it's
Miami.
just something he does. Maybe,
I don't think it was something he had personally done. He was
maybe
like
you
telling
should
me
report
about
him,
it.
is what I'm saying. If anyone starts telling me they're hitting a monkey in the head with a mallet,
something like that.
oh
yeah.
my God. I don't know how to segue into this next one.
Goat throwing.
No, there is a golden retriever festival in Scotland. They do not attack the golden retrievers. Good Lord. Hundreds. Oh my God. How do I get through this? Hundreds of golden retrievers gather for a giant meetup at what is said to be the breed's ancestral homes.
Well, that sounds lovely.
That is so much nicer than what you just said.
I sound like a horrible person, but I don't actually know this happened. It's just what the Uber driver was telling me.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Look, it's a celebration. Oh my gosh. It's a celebration of the breed. Which is the golden retriever for years and years and years has been the most popular dog breed, especially in the U.S. And it's really a chance for dog lovers to kind of connect and build that community. If you're over there Googling the monkey thing, oh my gosh. Okay. So you mentioned the goat throwing. Spain. What is happening here? Another festival in Spain that you can find. There's a goat throwing festival. Now, before you get those emails fired up, look, what happens. A goat was traditionally thrown from a bell tower. Okay, just let that sink in. But now it's been replaced with a symbolic toy version due to those darned animal rights peoples. But where did that come from?
Why would you throw a goat from a...
The origins are uncertain, but it may have started as a fertility or a harvest ritual. What does that have to do with either? Why would someone think the best idea is to throw a goat from a bell tower?
I don't know.
But it's still a festival.
This has nothing to do with the festival, but why do people say like a rabbit's foot is lucky?
Well, that's a good idea. I don't know. I don't know why.
You're going to throw a goat for fertility. You're going to carry around a rabbit's foot on a keychain for good luck.
So some survival guides. I don't know. Look, practical advice for festival goers. If you're going to any of these food festivals, bring some goggles, bring a change of clothes, prepare for the unexpected. You're going to get hit with melons or tomatoes, oranges in some cases. I don't know.
Grapes.
Grapes to the eye.
Babies.
Get hit with babies. You're going to jump over babies. Someone in an Evel Knievel costume is going to jump over your baby. Jeez. That I don't know how to look. If you're out there, if you're a listener, What's the strangest festival you've ever attended? We want to hear it. Go to Unscaled Travel Show. Use the contact form. We want to hear about the strange, wild festivals that you've been a part of. We have in the U.S. like all kinds of UFO festivals.
Yeah.
In Roswell to celebrate that. Area 51 festivals. All kinds of weird things. And we want to hear about it. We want to hear from you.
I want to hear if anybody's been to any of these festivals.
Have you been to any of these that we mentioned?
As crazy as it sounds? Or is it actually just a lovely affair? Don't
let Amy around your babies or your monkeys. She'll hit one with a mallet. She'll jump over the other one with a motorcycle. We don't know which. It's Unscaled Travel Show. We'll see you guys next time.